when you're done pretending, you'll stop pretending. Um, it's a matter of choosing, you think. It's more so a matter of what is it you want to do? What is it you want to do? I've spent my life trying to fit in a mold that's never just designed for me. And it sounds pretty dramatic, but like, I was in school, out school, back in school, then working, now this is like, I think fourth year almost of being like out of school and like working. And honestly, man, like this shit is just not made for me, in the sense of like, I need to be able to contribute something in a field that I feel I have something to give. People skip education, but looking at it now, I still have time. I'll be 26 soon, but I am dedicated to go and study and really apply myself to whatever it is I need to learn. I'm just sick of being defined by shit that just doesn't resonate with me, and not being able to escape from that. Because once you stop school, basically there's just the workforce that you have to enter into. And me being a creative and having certain gifts that I do, I want to give that to the world instead of lift fucking boxes at FedEx. You know what I'm saying? If you want to work at FedEx, man, you do that. I just know that's not for me. That's it. You know what I mean? And I understand some people don't have the privilege to be like, oh, I'm just going to stop all that I'm doing. Some people have houses, kids, marriage, whatever. That's making that break harder to do. But think about it and become very honest with yourself. If you see yourself flipping up, like just getting crazy angry and frustrated and annoyed by very small things, you have to ask yourself, why is that happening and what's going on? What is going on that's keeping me in this frustration, this silent, desperate frustration? And I've been feeling that creep. The story goes much deeper, but what I want to express in this video particularly, and I'll talk about more of my personal shit as the videos go on, but genuinely the idea behind this is, what you're doing right now is what you choose to do. You think, okay, sickness, what about that? What about when you're sick? I'm not choosing that. True, you're not. In a higher sense, you could be. And that's the thing, are you going to accept your condition or not? Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. And that's easy for me to say. I'm not fucking suffering in a bed out of some horrible disease. And at that point, you can still choose to die. Like, you can choose that. You can be like, okay, I'm done experiencing this. I'm not going to choose to die. So my principle actually still applies here. It's just that this is mainly geared towards people who are facing more relatable, common worldly problems as of this video. And that's for these people. Even if you have a marriage, even if you have kids, a house, whatever invested, you have debt, if you would go away from that, plan your shit, please. Because no one's gonna fucking help you. Literally nobody. It's up to you to make that shift inside of yourself. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. And it's just not gonna happen. No one's gonna come out there and like display your truth. That's not how it's gonna go. You're gonna live your life in a quiet desperation. My attitude towards what I want in my life has shifted now, and I think for me it's right that I go ahead and study. I study something that is in an artistic field that I feel is somewhat more natural to me, and I actually have something to give there. I actually understand what I'm doing, and I get some sense of enjoyment out of it. And yes, the chances are high that is just a system that could be similar to a 9-to-5. I'm not necessarily poo-pooing 9-to-5s. It's like however many hours you want to work, you work. Like, that's up to nobody. But the mindlessness of what's offered in society for someone who has a very specific experience of life that doesn't really fit with the rest of the mainstream, it doesn't make sense for me to be there, you know? That's also part of why I started this channel. I'm just gonna start expressing my experience and what I've experienced in my life. So, yeah, thank you for watching. This was a bit more of a personal vent video, but yeah, you can't just stick where you're at and continue to suffer. You can't. If you're being honest with yourself, you shouldn't.